So here we are on Love Speaks Love. I am Denise, your host, and my two beautiful sisters, my two beautiful guests today. I have Rosalie Brigid and Reza Raia. Welcome, 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 welcome to both of you.
Thank you so much.
It's lovely to be here, sister. Thank you for having us.
Yeah, it feels really, really potent. Oh, lovely. People are gathering already. So I'm just going to take a second or two just to share it. Just to share it to a couple of places. So just bear with us.
Just connect into our hearts while we wait.
So I'll share it to my Love Speaks Love page. If anybody watching feels to share it anywhere, that would be awesome. I'm going to share it to a couple of groups as well. Will you be able to share it in the Starseed group, or shall I share it in there?
Whichever, I can do it unless you have it right there.
Got it.
Got it?
Yeah.
Awesome.
Cool. Yeah, let's reply to that message. Okay. So it's really, really, oh, the sun's so bright. It's really lovely to share space with you both. So we normally start Love Speaks Love with a little heart-to-heart connect. So let us all breathe love into our beautiful hearts. Breathing in love and breathing out anything that your body is ready to let go of. And when you finish letting go, I invite us all to breathe in love and breathe out love. And feeling our hearts expand as we breathe love into our hearts. From our hearts, the love goes to every cell of our bodies. And extending the heart awareness out to the heart of Gaia. So feeling that beautiful grounded connection to the crystalline diamond heart of Gaia. And emanating out from her beautiful heart are the New Earth templates. So connecting in with those and connecting in with the crystalline grid of energy. And feeling Gaia's love for all of us moving into our bodies. You might feel it coming up your spine or up your feet, into your legs, up your spine. And just feeling completely enveloped in the love from Gaia. And extending our heart awareness out now to the heart of the sun. Feeling those solar codes moving into our hearts, into every cell of our bodies. And extending the heart awareness out to the heart of Source Creator. And feeling source energy moving into our bodies, into our hearts, into our crown, down our spine. And just seeing we three in a triangle, holding hands. And I'm seeing a column of light in the center of us. And that column of light seems to extend down all the way to the heart of Gaia and up into the cosmos. And I'm very much feeling the galactic presence. And there's so much joy. And feeling the presence of the elementals, the dragons, the unicorns, and giving thanks and acknowledging all of the beings of inner earth and the guardians and the ancestors of the lands that we find ourselves upon right now. And just handing over at this point to either of you two, if there's anything that you wish to add.
Aliamur, dia shakaya shikitiamu. The elemental kingdoms step forward today, as well as the inner earth kingdoms, to support this call today. And this energy that is coming forward is, like you said, so much joy and so much love as they are holding space for this anchoring of all of the codes, all of the heart frequencies, and all of the support that is coming forward through this Trinity formation for our beloved Mother Earth, for Gaia. Liamu and just allowing for this beautiful frequency of the Trinity also held through the Holy Mother, Holy Father, the Christed Child, to support us in our co-creation today. Alamur Ashaki, as we connect into our hearts to express through heart speak. Maliamur Ashiki Ashakaya, as we amplify this heart field. Lamutri Ashaki Ashakaya, activating our emerald crystal hearts. Akiliatora Aliamuti and allowing the highest frequencies of Omni love to connect and unify into this space. Aliamura Shakilianu Akira Shakaya Anamu Utu Iti Atatatata Laru Iti Sharamakaya Lamuki Tiki Tiki, and also bringing in the frequencies of divine purity, divine innocence, and playfulness. Lianutia Shakira Matarashaki Lamu Dia Shikitikishkarasha Namu, and connecting and anchoring as an acupressure point to where we are located on the earth. As we are all acting as these acupressure points, as all of our family comes in to join us to hold these pillars, to hold these codes, and to transduce the sequences that are coming through all of us here today to wherever you are located on the planet. Malianur Ashakiti Ashaka Rashaku Alamutri Ashak. And there is some water codes coming in. And Yahara Ashikara Mantianu Ilianu Kira Ashara Amara Itamu Ututututu. Honoring you all so much.
Haya shukuria siya tia mura shakia si. Ai sikurua siati anumuriati. Aria seeya anumukia si. Aria sia shukuria siaria nata ai sikuru. As the three of us come together today to unite in the sacred Trinity, Ora shikriya siya hiya mutua siya shi. Ai expanding through our hearts and igniting our sacred keys. Ora yamu ara no koe siya ti. Ai shiriya siya kia kia ki. As we connect through our lineages, our ancestral lines, yashikuriya tia hiwa a. To connect to all of our family who are with us today in this sacred space. Miyai, as we each connect heart to heart, Imuariati, through our love, Ashiriamuku, Aisia Shiati, and as we play and dance with our family today, may we each feel the loving embrace of the Divine Mother as she is here with us, her frequency of omni-love and aqua rays, blissfully radiating throughout all that we are. Ayaki Ayi, fully held and supported in her love. Yaki Ariasia Mutu Eshi Ti, and equally held with the Divine Father, Holy Father, as he also equally supports us in this space. Yashikiria hia no mora shia hia hu tu. Ikia shiria sia tu, as we honor the sacred union, the reunification of Hyros Gamos that is returned. It is here now. Shiriakia motuati, as we celebrate in this moment of all that is unfolding, that has been unfolding. Akia isunanana, iutiti, so much is unfolding, opening right now. Shikia hia mutu. Nara shukukukukukukuku. Iats ea namura ki anamu. Asia shikiria ha no. Shikiria aria siemo koreati aru shukukukukuku ani. So many codes just pouring through. Shikiria sekuria motu.
Kiala atat orina kia pan. E kia arana kutu ta orina kata ta oia ta a. Kele kia arata kutu marata kita kia prutu kutu ko at ara. Ke kele e harana kule. Hai orono koia ta. Ole ke arana kuparata kita ke ratu kutu ko on. Kala ke arana kutu ta oista ta ba a. Ia le kia orono i ta a. Kukula kiara na kate para tikite oi. Ole yara tukutu ora na makatana. He le kiaro nukto ta para tikite e. Ala para tikite poro tikite ara para tikite oya. Kukula kiara na kate o no poist. Ole yara le kiano makur tikite a. Na hele yara tukutu korna ya po ui tututa. La cara tikite kapara tikite poro tikite kapara tikite ea. Kakla kiara no kura kiara na. Ele kiara no kuya stara. Ala manayo tore te ay 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 ay. Hoy ay 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 ay. Kuya harna kiara no kuta para tikit kit 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 kit. Ala marate kutora tikit kit kit kit. Mistara kiara no kuto to oya.
The Amethyst Order has also come into this space to support us with the frequencies and the anchoring of the Amethyst Ray and the organic divine feminine frequencies. And I'm just feeling that beautiful organic violet ray energy like surrounding all of us and bathing us in the highest frequencies and purest frequencies of the violet ray. Liatora shikara shatorororororo. Also connecting with our beautiful Azurite whale family. They have also come forward with lots of sound codes and frequencies to support us today. Alamu Ramayana itikashkamu.
Ishiria ia tukur. And as the dragons were also brought forth earlier, just bringing presence to this beautiful golden dragon who has returned, who is with us today as well. And the gold ray and the blue emerald orders, they are equally here with us as well. And strongly feeling the Lyrons and the Lyron energies as well coming in. Oriasi amuku, oriasi amutu, ariasi dididia akayo, 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 aya, hu, aya, ku, har.
There is so much frequency of joy that is just like emanating in this space. It's so beautiful. Yum.
I'm feeling the ruby order as well. I keep being shown 3 ruby spheres, not spears, spheres as well. I feel like in front of each of us is a ruby sphere. And I feel the ruby ray.
That could possibly.
Of,
is that connected to the rose lineage, the ruby ray rose lineage?
It may be. I used to connect a lot with the ruby ray when I was doing grid work in Australia.
I know there's also the ruby diamond sun beings as well, but it's interesting, Rosalie, that you just asked that, because as soon as you said rubies, I immediately thought rose lines and rose
Yeah.
lineages. And I was actually seeing I initially saw the ruby, and then I was seeing actual like red roses that were activating and opening up too. So,
Beautiful.
yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that rose lineage feels really, really strong. Like the divine feminine energy present is just so beautiful.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm seeing the braiding of the ruby rose lineage, the blue rose lineage, and the white gold rose lineage. And they're forming like a tri-braided energy that is like anchoring into this space that we're holding through the Trinity as well.
There was just 33 people on the call as you said that.
Beautiful.
Yeah, and this actually goes into like some of the big pieces that were coming forth this week leading up to today's call, in connection to the rose lines. And there's like a calibration, an attunement that is unfolding right now with the mother frequency that's coming in, and the mother having returned now, her frequency coming back. And these rose lines, these crystalline grids throughout the planet are coming back online. And yeah, so activating through this Trinity today and being on this call, like even with what we're preparing to move through with the equinox this weekend, it's all connected to those frequencies that are coming forth. And this revival of sorts, this resurrection that's occurring with the heart and through those rose lines and song lines that are reconnecting back together with the mother frequency.
Yeah, beautiful. And for anybody that doesn't know, I'm going to be doing a little offline ceremony on Sunday at the equinox. And the invitation is to put some rose quartz into the ground. And whether or not you're on a rose line, it really doesn't feel like it matters. A lot of the recent energy grid work that I've been doing has been activating crystalline roses. And I have 3 tiny, like they're only about this big, crystalline roses that I'm putting into the ground. And the time of the equinox here in the UK is at 3:33. So when I, that kind of confirmed that it was the right thing to do on Sunday. So the invitation is wherever you are, just to tap into those energies. And I feel from this, as you just said about the crystalline rose network, I see all these crystalline roses just going and just kind of like blossoming all over the planet. So yeah, the invitation is just to tap in, maybe at the time of equinox, but I really don't think it matters. The main thing is to put your feet on the ground and just allow these rose energies to anchor in through our bodies. And if you do have any rose quartz to put in the ground to add a bit more potency to that, that's awesome. And if you don't, that's equally fine.
I'm seeing too with the crystals, holding them to our hearts and setting our heart intentions for Earth, and really putting in that love frequency of what each one of us wants to plant as a seed and what we want that to grow. And I'm seeing that through the alchemy of our intention, our group intention, and then planting these crystalline rose seeds to grow, it's actually creating a bridge that will anchor this crystalline rose garden, this Christic rose garden from heaven and earth, to create that link through our love, through our love for our planet and the keys and codes that we all hold as beings of Omni love. And so I'm seeing how that is like the physical representation of love consciousness, of unity consciousness, represented through the rose, which is the symbol of unconditional love. So when we connect in with Mother Rose, she always teaches us how to open. And through that opening of the heart, we're able to access these higher frequencies and to be that bridge. And so just like all of us are acting as those acupressure points on the planet and being that, rainbow bridge of omni love, of light, when we open our hearts, it creates that communication link with our self here and our higher aspects of ourselves, in the higher realms. And that is how we're anchoring everything that we're bringing forward onto this dimension. And so I'm seeing it as like a crystal spiral of energy that is forming. And then through the crystals that you're planting into the ground, it creates that link from heaven and earth. And when I close my eyes, I can see everyone around the world doing this, everyone that feels guided to. And then through that, this like etheric garden is like blooming on earth. And it's like this anchoring of this Christic garden all around the world. And it's really beautiful. So magical. Mm-hmm.
And we've got somebody in Australia as well. There's a friend, Paul, in Australia who really felt the pull, and he's been driving with a rose quartz in his car for a few weeks, not realizing why. But when I mentioned it yesterday, he was like, "Oh, I've got to be part of that." So that's awesome to know that it's upper and lower hemispheres of the earth as well.
Yeah, and also to add as well, just with the pieces that have been coming in this week, and what's been showing and revealing itself to me, and it's just incredible what's happening right now. But as of this week, it's just been so strong with the divine feminine energies coming back in, and this frequency of the mother that is really coming back, and is catalyzing so much deep remembrance for all of us right now as we move through these portal windows and through these shifts, as we've been moving through together as a family. And this week, it's been very clear that, along with these this beautiful heart frequency activation and sharing that we are doing together through the rose quartz, and connecting that through those grids and what it's really holding, we're actually connecting the rose lines. And I saw it as the rose lines are actually the heart strings. They're the heart song lines. And so when we're connecting through these grids, we're actually reconnecting through the heart and reconnecting through the very heartstrings and song lines of the heart, and throughout the body of our beloved planet, Mama Gaia, and within our own selves too. And with this, it's like what we're actually doing is, with the return of the mother comes the return of the Cathar, and comes the return of the rose lineages. We finally have reached this year, we have finally reached the moment in time where our councils are coming back. Our tribes, our lineages are actually returning. As we are rising and remembering who we are coming back together, and that unity consciousness, that unity, it's expanding even more so, where these pieces are coming back together, and our original lineages are coming back together right now. And the big piece as of this week has been the rose lineages, and has been the Cathar. And with that, the Cathar also representing the sound, the songs, the frequency of creation. And so as we've been repairing the structure, the templates, the Albion body, we are now preparing for the sounding of the Cathar. And as this is being returned, those songs are pouring through these rose lines and are activating through the heartstrings. And the rose quartz is amplifying that through the crystalline network that's gridded throughout the entire planetary body. It's amplifying all of those sounds and frequencies and tones that we're bringing back as a part of that. And so for those of us who resonate with the Cathars, for those of us who represent these lineages. This is a big moment right now, this week and throughout this month and throughout April as well, because we are returning, and there's this return happening, this reclamation happening, this rising happening, and our songs are coming back in, our voices are opening back up, the feminine is rising. And so these songs, like as we activate through our heart and as we bring forth and seed, our visions and all that we are here to co-create for New Earth, for our home, we're reigniting that music within and throughout the crystalline and the lines and throughout the heart as well. So.
Beautiful. I got a beautiful image when you were talking about the rose lines and the heartstrings, because you've got like the bigger lines, and then coming off the bigger ones, it's like the blood vessels in the body. It's like, you've got your major arteries and veins, and you've got the smaller vessels, like all the capillaries and everything. And it feels like activating the bigger lines. There's this like, and all it's like they're all connected, all the spaces between. There's extra lines between that are getting stronger too. And these feel like some of the original earth lines, but it feels like they're not quite coming back in their original form. It feels like there's a new energy that's coming in, so they're opening up in a different way from how they've ever been.
Yeah.
As you were expressing that, I was seeing how through like the micro representation of our own physical bodies, I'm seeing how this is happening within our bodies and also the earth body. And so through our own purification that each one of us are going through, as we're purifying all of our organs and clearing our blood and clearing our body and really purifying all that we are, it's also helping the earth lines and connecting that as well. And so my beloved and I actually just recently brought through this meditation where we brought in the aurora creational ray of rainbow light into our organ system and into our heart, and we flooded our heart with this light. And through flooding that heart, it actually went through all the pathways of the arterial system and then pumped that frequency of rainbow light through all our veins and then through all of our organs and the pathways in the brains and the neurons and everything, how it's all connected. If you think about like a tree and how it has all these roots, there is a micro representation of our bodies and a macro. And so I feel like that micro meditation that we were connecting into, that purification of the heart and the veins and all of the connections within our own physical body and the fascia and everything that we're connected to, the bone matrix, everything is going through a massive like calibration, upgrade, re-encryption, which is, of course, connected to the elemental aurora re-encryption that's supporting our physical bodies to activate these higher templates and activate these higher blueprints that we now have access to within our own bodies. Because, of course, we are becoming more crystalline. We are becoming a higher frequency. And as we are moving through this ascension and integrating these higher frequencies within our physical body, it's also supporting our beautiful planet and also being able to purify and hold these higher frequencies. Because, of course, like as we rise, so does our earth. And as the feminine within us comes online, so does the divine feminine mother returning to all of the earth as well. So as you were expressing that, I was just seeing like all of the organs on the planet also going through that purification, like her body is going through a massive purification as well as our own.
Beautiful.
Yeah, and with the like even as of this week, it's so amazing how much has just been happening just within this last week alone. It's like all of the pieces are like boom, 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 boom. I'm like, okay, wow, it's really happening. So much is coming online now. And what also came through very clear is, and it's amazing that there's three of us that are holding this Trinity today, because the Trinity, basically what had come through is that the Trinity has been restored. So the Divine Mother, Divine Father, and Christ a Child are back. They're here. This template, which holds a core seed, which, as when you know, when we talk about the templates and the blueprints, this is what we've been restoring within ourselves and throughout everything. And so that has now been restored. The Trinity is back here. And that seed has been rooted back in through the core of our bodies, our planet, our universe, everything. And with the return of that Trinity, now what I've been observing is these beautiful configurations of the Trinities, of the threes, that are unfolding and birthing themselves. And this seed is now getting to the stage where it's been germinating, but it's getting to the stage where it's beginning to get to that budding point. And as you know, as we progress through, it's eventually going to be opening up into this beautiful lotus flower that's going to be expanding. And what this signifies, what I've been receiving, my beloved and I, as both of us together, have been sharing as well on our with our own groups and things, is this lotus. This is the original template that we have finally now restored. And so as it's coming back to life, this is equally supporting our transfiguration process. This is what's transforming the grids, the crystalline networks, our cells, our matrix, everything back to an eternal life template, back to God's source, back to this like, what we're moving into is more of an expanded, alive, like just everything vibrating type of frequency and way of being. And so when you talk about the earth lines and the lines and everything, it's all shifting, it's all changing as we're transfiguring and moving and releasing and purifying and clearing and further shifting from this finite into this infinite expansion of all that we truly are. And it's just beautiful what's coming in now, like with all of these things coming back online, like these new frequencies, but they're like a deep remembrance of, oh, like I remember this, like I know this because this is like who I truly am. This is truth. This is Divine Mother, Father, Christ consciousness that's now coming in, and we're just beginning to feel that. We're all just beginning to feel that and reconnect with that. And I feel like there's also, just in the conversations I've been having with other sisters and brothers, like reconnecting back to that frequency of innocence that's coming back in because of those frequencies, because of those reconnections, the Trinity coming back. It's like reigniting our innocence within us, and we're feeling that and we're reconnecting to that, and that's also equally sparking so much so much change. And everyone's going through their own form of releasing and clearing through the layers, but yeah, things are moving very quickly now, and things are shifting and changing. So
Beautiful. And it feels the Trinity feels particularly potent for this weekend with the equinox, with the balance. It feels like, you've got the two, you've got the balance, the polarities, and then boom, you've got that third energy. And today's full moon as well, so that's adding an extra deal of potency to the energies that we've got right here. Was there anything else that you wanted to share about the current energies?
Well, just that I'm feeling that there is this deep like internal journey that we're also embarking on. I think, Denise, you spoke about this as well, where you're really feeling that ebb and flow of going deep within to then come out again And it seems to be this ebb and flow of energy, of the breathing in and the breathing out. And so I feel this very deeply, where it's like some days you just feel that deep need to like go, into yourself and find all that is stored within you. And then just on the next breath, you then expand that through your field and you anchor that externally. So there is this deep dive within oneself that is happening, this cocooning of sorts, and then this coming out as well. And it seems to be that ebb and flow. And I often see it too, like in the water, the way that the ocean moves, how it comes in like the tide and then goes back out. And when it goes back out, it's like it grabs like a grain of sand or washes up a shell onto the shore. And every time that we go into ourselves, we're retrieving parts of ourselves. We're accessing deeper like knowledge and wisdom that we all hold within us. And then when we emerge to the surface of the land, we bring with us all that we've just retrieved. And so there is this movement that is happening, that is occurring, like the ocean or like the breath, where we're doing this dance with ourselves right now. And so just really honoring that time that we're going within to really connect, to really sit in that stillness with ourselves, to really feel like what is emerging from within the deep depths of our consciousness or our soul or our heart or our internal world, because this is how we are able to access and anchor this externally and birth this through our creations, through our work, through our sound, through our words, and whatever that is for you. We're all creators, and we're all learning how to synchronize with creation again, to be creator beings, to access, source consciousness within ourselves, to then be able to, breathe that animating creational life force energy into the planet. And so we are, the image of creation of Mother, Father, God. And so this is how creation exists through us. And so as we are accessing that creational wisdom and energy within, we're able to birth it and create it without. And I've always seen this is how we are anchoring New Earth. It's not a destination. We're not traveling anywhere that's outside of us. We are creating that within ourselves, and we are creating this beautiful temple within our bodies to then be able to create that on the external world, because everything that we see outside of ourselves is reflecting back what we're feeling within ourselves. And so the more that we can really clear out everything that we're not, in terms of the programming, the conditioning, the older energy, the older templates, because as Reza said, there are these new templates that are here for us. But if we're still holding on to older energy or fear or separation, then we're not making room for this new energy that's wanting to really anchor in. And so these templates are available to all of us, and we can access them when we take that time to connect with God's source and to release and say, God, what is it that I'm holding on to that is preventing me from really opening up to the omni love consciousness that I am? And anything that is not aligned with God consciousness must be released, must be let go of. We have to let go of these things that we hold on to. And they're stored within our bodies too. They're stored within our physical bodies. So it is just as physical as it is emotional. So we have to bring back that unification between, the four body system, or the heart, the soul, the mind, and like the physical body. So once we can be in harmony within ourselves, within our thoughts, within our feelings, within our body, then we can really anchor these higher frequencies and these higher templates that are wanting to be brought forward through each of us.
Yeah, and I equally too, I feel like, with going within right now is the perfect time to really dive deep with that, because as we move into this weekend with the equinox, this is a space of no time that we are moving into. It's where, as the procession of the equinoxes, each equinox that we move through is actually a time cycle. It's when all of the spheres come in a line. If you were to imagine like a clock and they're all moving, and then when we get to the equinox, they all kind of come together in a line in the center. And so that's then when we move into this space of no time, of timelessness and boundlessness beyond all time and space. And this is where we really have that opportunity to really dive deep within and take that time to reflect and allow whatever is ready to finally be released to be released, and to give ourselves permission to do that, because we are moving through quite a lot right now. There's so much happening within and throughout. And so if you can give yourself that time, especially this weekend as we move through these energies, to be in stillness, to be with yourself, to connect with the earth, to connect with your heart, and to allow for that deeper release and cleansing and purification to occur, it's so perfect for what is coming in and what is being brought forth and coming up too. So yeah, I feel like everything you're expressing, Rosalie, was just so beautiful and so perfect with the energies that we are in right now and what we're moving through right now too. So
Beautiful. I wonder, is there anything more regarding the water? Both times when you mentioned either water codes or the water, it felt like there was maybe a bit deeper to go with that. Is anything coming through with that?
yeah,
Well,
so oh,
as go ahead.
okay.
I hear water, I get excited.
I do too. Like, yes, the waters. This has been a mission for like quite a long time. Because I won't go into the history right now, but there has been so much that has happened to us, like within us, as part of this story of all that we've been moving throughout time, throughout this last eon together, throughout this universal system, this planet, everything. And so, like, this process that we've been really going through, and now finally, as when this ascension cycle actually opened up in 2012, and then as we have hit certain marker points throughout each of the time cycles, with the point that we're getting to now in 2022, we're finally getting to those breakthrough moments. Massive, massive transformations are happening on all sides, on all aspects. This is why so many people might be experiencing like immense emotions right now, things coming up because things are coming back online finally. And so as far as the waters, like with the return of the mother, with the return of these energies and these templates that are finally being restored and these pieces that are coming back online, is catalyzing like this purification process. And with the return of the mother, like her crystal waters are coming back, and this is part of that purification process and cleansing process. And the water is also the body of sound. That is the life that's actually pouring back through. So it's like what was dormant, what has been offline or disconnected before, these waters, this water, the crystal waters of the mother are coming back, and it's bringing life back into the places and spaces within our own bodies and throughout the planetary body and everything, to give life back to the parts that have been dormant, that have been, to clear out the sludge, the blockages, all the things that have been kind of keeping us stuck in different places. And it's equally acting as like the purifier of everything. It's washing through. And for those of us who've been working on the restoration of the feminine and the mother principle and the waters, like those of us here that are working on this, we're equally restoring her and the waters as well. And so when we can work with waters, like when we can actually, like, even, you know, like this weekend, and with everything that we're opening up for our family to come together to go and spend time with the earth and hold sacred ceremony with our beloved planet and everything through these energies, it's to bring in the waters is so special in addition with all of this, because that it is the very essence of what is being restored right now. And when we can work with the waters and connect to the frequency of those crystalline waters, you know, setting our intentions and expanding that omni love to allow those waters to wash away and purify everything, the lands, the bodies, everything, to restore everything back into that pristine, beautiful, like just clear, crystal clear being, like a body of consciousness that we are.
That's so beautiful, Reza. I was hearing as you were saying that, like how water in itself is like self-purifying, self-cleaning. So it knows how to purify and release and dissolve. It knows how to maintain like the cleansing and purity like a filter. And I was seeing too that there is a big like reclamation of our memories that are stored within water, because the water, the elements have been here through all. They have been here since we've been here and even before. And so they hold the memory. They hold the songs of creation. They hold the frequencies and the memory records stored within the crystalline, you know, molecules of water. And so even when we are under the shower and we're connecting with water, it is ancient water that is streaming through. Like it's been here, it's connected to the earth and it's connected to the mother. The frequency and the energy of water is very much connected to the Divine Mother principle. And so when we allow ourselves to be in water, we are actually being held by the mother. And if we can remember how that animating life force of water purifies, holds, and supports us, and then just like a baby that is being held within like the liquid sac within the mother's body, you can actually feel the connection to that crystalline water that is holding you and is allowing you to go through that rebirthing process and to connect with the water within your body, because we're made up of water as well. So everything is just all connected, interconnected, intertwined. Our physical bodies are the creations of Mother, because our planet birthed these bodies. We're connected to her and she's connected to us. And so everything that is here is been through the birthing of Mother, the plants, the animals, the physical bodies. And so we're always connected to her. And through our remembrance of the love that we hold for our planet and for all of creation, we can actually tap back in and reconnect into the creational stream and energy and harmony and balance that we were always meant to have with our planet. And we have become out of sync with her. We've become out of sync with our own bodies and with our own cycles of change through seasons. And so everything is coming back to align and recalibrate so that we can move out and in the ebbs and flows of creation again once more. And so this is how it has always been designed through evolution. We are always meant to rise and ascend with our planet. And to go through these cycles with our planet, and to also remember that these built these creations on earth are all connected to the stars as well, that we remembered our star systems, our galaxies. We aligned everything to move with the cycles, the galactic zodiac. Everything is in harmony and balance when we can remember that it's all connected from micro to macro, macro to micro. So I feel through our own awakening and remembrance how everything is intertwined, everything is consciousness. Everything is living, breathing life. And when we close our eyes and we sit out in nature and we listen, it speaks to us. It's alive. As I think, Reza, you were saying, it's alive. Everything's alive. Even, the grass, the trees. When I close my eyes, I see this realm of spirit within all things. There is spirit within water. There is consciousness within the grass, within the earth kingdoms, within the crystals, within the stones, within the animals and the plants. And we're all doing this together. We're harmonizing to support each other so that we can also reach our highest expansion. And so the elemental kingdoms, the animal kingdoms, they're also going through ascension, and they're also rising in frequency, and they're accessing their highest trajectory as consciousness beings, because there has been a level of frequency fence around the planet when we were in this dark age. And our animal kingdom and our plant kingdom, they felt this and were also being held in density, and knowing that they weren't able to access their highest expansion and frequency as well. And so we work a lot with the elemental re-encryption, with the auroras, to assist our planet in being able to remove these lower frequencies, and through the water we can purify all and call it in to allow for all to come back into balance and harmony.
And I also wanted to add as well, as it was coming through as you were speaking, Rosalie, that right now, like, the waters are actually signifying what's happening right now too, very, very specifically. Because what we've been doing, like this mission of missions, we talk about the divine plan, and for those of us, starseeds and different individuals who have come here at this time for this ascension cycle that we've been in, there has been like a direct mission for each of us. We have been playing our role to the restoration and resurrection of the templates of our bodies, of this planet, everything. This is what we've been working on restoring. And it's such a huge time of celebration to get to the point where the Trinity is now finally restored. And the Divine Mother, Father Christ is back. The Christ consciousness is back. We're returning. But with the water, like right now, we have finally restored enough pieces of the Albion body, which is actually the structure. It is the base template. It's what makes up the entire structure framework, let's say, of everything, micro to macro, macro to micro. So our own body, like, we are an Albion body. It's the tree of life. It's the eternal tree of life structure. Same with the planet and the universe, everything is built from the same template. And so we've been restoring that. We've been restoring, and piece by piece, it's like when we talk about reclaiming our parts and our pieces and our memories, that's really what we've been doing, is we've been piecing our parts back together. And what this has been doing is actually restoring the Albion body, which is actually the eternal tree of life, reconnecting the spheres, the lattice points, the body parts to the meridians, axiotonal lines, the fascia, the cellular matrix, everything. And now where we are at, that has been massively restored, and that's been set in place. And the next piece that comes in is the cathar. Now, the cathar is the sound, which is equally the water. So when we talk about principles like masculine and feminine, mother and father, You know, Albion representing that masculine principle that has now been restored. And the feminine, now we're feeling this, it's coming in. What is that? The Cathar, the sound, that the life, the waters that's actually coming back to bring life back to the Albion, back to the structure that we've now restored. So right now, like these waters that are coming in are actually like signifying that process that is occurring right now. Like throughout everything, like micro to macro, macro to micro, and this sounding as this is coming back in, it's bringing life back to everything. It's reanimating everything. And so, you know, when I was talking about like what's been dormant or what's been stuck or what hasn't been connected from before, even our experience, like Rosalie, when you're sharing about like, you know, the trees and nature, and if you just sit and listen, like the life that we're preparing to move back into, like it's just what I've been seeing and remembering and reconnecting back to is like that is our home. That is what our home was like from before. It's everything is alive. Everything is sound. Like what we've been in this reality for a while now, it's like nothing in comparison to what we're returning back to and what's coming back online. And so as we continue through this process, and as that the water brings life back to what has been dormant and what has been turned off to a degree, when it comes back online, like get ready, because like what we're going to be hearing and experiencing, like it's going to be a completely new experience to what we have been. And yeah, I could only imagine what it's going to be like. I can feel it. I can feel it. It's a deep remembrance of home, of everything is music, because everything is reconnected and everything is alive once more. So
beautiful.
So true.
Beautiful.
You know, just one last piece I was receiving that we're remembering what that organic life is. And as you were expressing, Reza, about, you know, our mother, our true mother, the creational life stream that she breathes into this planet in a way when, you know, we didn't have that consciousness fully here, like our true divine mother principle, this planet was very much like, you know, kind of, this is a little morbid, but it was like a corpse. Like without that mother principle of creation, breathing life into all things, we were existing on this earth as if we were living in a corpse and there was no life, not truly, not organically. It was very artificial or very, you know, dead light or just not moving. And so to remember what it's like to have like the breath of life of mother breathing back into all of things, all of the plants, all of the kingdoms. It's like these gardens reemerging and growing, and all of a sudden all of that dead life is flowering and growing. And so these gardens that we're speaking of, that we're talking about, that we're anchoring, this is the representation of that, of mother returning to earth, to the plant kingdom, to restore all that she is through all expression, through all form. And it's so beautiful. As you were saying that, I was remembering, like, we really haven't had our true mother here breathing life into our kingdoms. And now with all of that, this beautiful blooming of energy that's restoring, like you said, restoring to the infinite potential, from finite to infinite. We're all going to be able to experience what it's like to be truly connected to source consciousness here. And all of the animals and plants are also going to reignite in that living, breathing life force energy. It's beautiful.
And I think we're feeling that already, you know, so it's so loud out there. Like when you're in nature, it's getting so loud. You know, the birds are talking to you, the trees, everything. It's everything just seems to have been turned up a notch.
Yeah.
Wow, this has been a really beautiful, beautiful conversation. I'd love, 33 again. I'd love before we close for you to share what you've both got coming up, because I know you've both got, you know, quite a lot coming up in the next little while. So I'd love to give you the opportunity to share about that before we close. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Do you want to go first, sister, or shall I?
Go ahead, sister.
Okay. Yes, thank you so much for allowing us to share. I'll keep this short as best I can because there is a lot going on. My beloved and I, we run Solar Union Ascension, and so as of these last few years, we've been running these courses, but they really are part of the divine mission that we are here for. And so we started with and it's called the Initiation of the Phoenix. There's been 3 parts to this. So we started with part 1, which was the Galactic Zodiac, which we've been doing as of last year, last April, and completing now this April. And then part 2 has been the DNA. We've been restoring the base template for the DNA matrix. And part 3, which we're now preparing for, which will be launching on April 20th or so. And we'll be sharing more as well coming out on our Facebook and on our platforms and stuff. But yes, so this next part 3, is now what we're being asked is to, we're still going to be working off of the Galactic Zodiac template, but we're now going to be working through the spheres, the chakra system. We're restoring the templates now through that. And when I was talking about like the Albion body, we're restoring like the actual like full like tree of life template, and we're going to be working through the stargates and the other piece. It's incredible that we're bringing in, but in addition, we actually are collaborating with another dear sister of ours, Veronica Ruiz, and she has invited us to be able to go to different sacred sites throughout the year. So we're opening this up to anyone who feels called to join us for these sacred retreats that will be working hand in hand with the Initiation of the Phoenix Part 3. And so the first location we'll be going to will be Sedona, Arizona, which is actually the first Stargate. And we'll be going there April 29th to May 1st, around that time. So the weekend after we launch this course. So for anyone who feels called to join that journey with us and or to even join us in Sedona, you're more than welcome to. And there will be other places that we'll be going to throughout the year that will be working with us as well, as we anchor through each of the main stargates with the work that we'll be moving through the stages throughout the year. So much exciting things happening, but I'll just keep it at that for now.
Beautiful. Thank you.
Thank you.
And my beloved and myself, Richard Melchizedek, we run Starseeds Changing the World, which is evolving into Magi Grail Twin Rose Sanctum, as we are in the process of co-creating this together. And my beloved and I, we have been working on a project called Avatar Training. And this is something that has been the initiation of the avatar and the restoration of the avatar consciousness and the reclamation, which truly goes hand in hand with the work that we've been working together with Reza and Ryan as well. We've been kind of taking different pieces and bringing parts into the whole. So through the reclamation of the avatar, we have also been bringing back Sophia's heart online. And this has been something that we've been working on, is retrieving like all of her body parts and the reclamation of our lineages, the Cathar lineages, the Grail lineages, the Rose lineages, and just really retrieving all of our memories, all of our pieces, all of our parts. And truly, it's been such a journey of remembrance of truly what we're here to do and what we're here to restore. And so we have this beautiful 3-month course that we're creating another round of starting May 2nd. And this is an initiation within itself to really call forward all of our beloved family who feel a resonance to this process of reclamation, restoration, remembrance of all that we are. And it is a beautiful container of support and community. As my beloved and I hold this space, we hold the Trinity formation of the hierogamic union to help really initiate you, each one of our family, into embodiment, because this journey is about embodiment. We have to really bring a deep level of gnosis into our physical bodies to understand what this journey is and what we're here to do. And so through this space, through this reclamation and remembrance, and through the love that we hold for each other and all of our family, because I really believe it's through love that we grow. And so this has been a massive piece of our work, is how do we create a field that is so loving and so supportive that our family just feels so supported and held to this process. Because I think all of us at one point really felt alone on this journey and really felt confused and maybe even fearful of stepping out or stepping into our missions. And so we're really here to represent that there is nothing to fear, and that, through letting go of all of that fear, we're able to come into more of who we truly are and be of service for all of humanity. And so this is just a little bit of what we are co-creating together within that space. So yeah, this is starting on May 2nd, if you feel called. And we also are hosting a light language course that is happening on March 22nd to help initiate and activate your own soul languages, your light language, and to bring these keys and codes online for each person who feels called to that as well.
Amazing. These all sound incredible. I love the work that you're all doing. It's really potent, and it's the perfect time for it. So thank you both. And I'll just put this into the space as well, that on this Thursday, on the 24th, is it Thursday? I'm holding the rose garden that we've talked about. It's like the creation of this within our own bodies. So I'm going to be holding space for some really deep heart connection, some really deep heart opening, healing, and really going into the heart itself and finding what it needs. And linked to that is the fascia network. And I've been delving deep into the fascia for a little while now. So there's going to be light language and sound for the heart and the fascia, but also bringing those together and really ensuring that the fascia is fully connected to the heart and working from that heart energy. So that is on my page as well, if anybody's feeling drawn to that. So yay. Thank you both so much. The time has just flown by, but I'm so grateful that you've both been here today, and we'll do it again sometime if you're both feeling that. So thank you both so much. It's been beautiful to feel this Trinity energy between the three of us, and really lovely to connect with you both. And thank you to everybody who's been with us as well, who's been holding space for us on Facebook. And for those in this future now moment who watch the replay, and also on YouTube as well. My YouTube is in a piece with Denise, and I'll add all the stuff that we put in the promo for this. I'll add that to this post as well, so all your sites will be on that too. So thank you both so much. Really beautiful.
Thank you so much, sister. It's just to be here with you both today has been so special, and I'm so grateful to be able to share in this beautiful space together. And this really was a wonderful conversation with everything that we were bringing through. So thank you so much for having me, for having us. And yeah, I'm really looking forward to all of this beautiful work that we're doing together. It's amazing. Just everything that we're doing is just amazing. So thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you, Denise. I truly feel so deeply held in this space right now. Like I feel the warmth of Mother just wrapping around each one of us, and I can feel her love that is just emanating through our hearts. And I can feel all of our beautiful soul family with us as well. And it just feels like such a massive anchoring of divine feminine goddess energy. And it is beautiful. I can imagine all of you listening can feel this too. And truly, from my heart to all of yours, thank you so much for all of the beautiful work that all of us are co creating together. Because truly, it takes all of us committing to our mission and our path and our soul and our hearts to be able to do what we're doing here right now. And each one of our pieces are so, so important and so valued and needed. So I'm just grateful for each one of you that are really living from that heart space and doing this inner work, because it really is creating massive shifts on the planet. And I can feel our earth really thanking us. I can feel Mother Earth really sending her love and gratitude also for all of this work that we're doing to support her. And I feel her with me right now, and I can just feel this space that is being held for us. It's absolutely divine. So thank you, thank you, thank you so much.
Beautiful. Thank you. Two beautiful sisters. Thank you. Okay. Love, love, love. We will see you soon.